Hey, everybody. Welcome back to part 2 of the Mile High Game Guys Dreadathon. I am your host, Adrian, as the GM.
I'm Jeff as Quinn.
I'm Wes as Carter.
I'm Bob playing Chad.
And I'm Zach as Lucas, somehow hanging on.
Last we left off, our small group of high school friends had traveled up into the woods to stay at their family's cabin. Midway into the evening, as people were starting to pair off and go make out and, do the things that high schoolers do at these kinds of parties.
Mostly drugs.
Mostly drugs.
I like drugs.
And pizza.
And pizza.
Yeah.
Ashley, one of the young girls at the party, went down to the den where she discovered the body of Kevin with his head smashed in by a liquor bottle. Passed out on the floor next to him was Quinn, who was just beginning to come to, and Bill over in the corner muttering softly to himself. Her screams of terror alerted the rest of the group to the problem. Everybody gathered down there to see what was going on. A little bit of questioning took place, a little bit of research, and ultimately they realized that Sarah was not amongst them, Sarah being Kevin's girlfriend. A little bit of discussion later, the group split up into two parties. A couple people went out to look at the car, went to go walk around the house, do a little lap looking for Sarah. Along this lap, it was where Carter discovered that the tires on his sweet silver-rimmed SUV...
They were supposed to be gold-plated.
Yeah, the tires were thoroughly slashed, very ruined. Meanwhile, Chad went upstairs to put some pizza in the oven because, he had the foresight to know that solving a murder is hungry work. While he was up there preparing the pizza, he heard noises in the garage that turned out to just be a hungry raccoon. Lucas stayed down in the den investigating the body, where he found nothing of note before eventually coming up above to hang out in the kitchen. Everybody kind of congregated there, decided to search the house, didn't find anything of note. And after Quinn tried the pizza and burnt the roof of his mouth quite badly,
Yes.
the group again decided to split. Quinn stayed behind, establishing the beginnings of the Quinn safe zone.
Uh-huh.
In the Quinn safe zone with him initially were the two girls, Ashley and Stacy, Chad's girlfriend, as well as Bill, who is still babbling incoherently to himself. Carter, Chad, and Lucas, however, decided to go outside to search for the power and phone box as the phone was not working, and shortly after they discovered the phone was not working, the power had went out. As they were walking around the house, they came upon a set of stone stairs that they had to go down to continue around the house looking for that junction box, where Lucas tripped, and his Wolverine knives that he had held in his hand became the death of him as he tumbled down the stairs, landing on his trio of knives.
Hoisted by my own petard.
And slicing his neck open. Quick action by Carter and Chad have kept him on the verge of death, but he is severely incapacitated. As they were tending to his wounds, the girls, having heard the tumble and the clatter, came outside to see what was going on.
Left the safe zone.
A mistake, as always.
Yeah, coming around the corner and seeing Chad with his hands around Lucas's bloody neck, they freaked out. Stacy took off for the woods, while Ashley came back inside into the Quinn safe zone to try and convince Quinn that there was murder afoot outside of the safe zone.
That's why you don't go outside the safe zone.
Carter and Chad were able to bring Lucas back inside, lay him on a couch that he insisted with his, some of his probably last gasps of breath, that it needs to be in the safe zone. So they dragged the couch into the kitchen area of the Quinn safe zone. And Chad, meanwhile, took off out the door to go look for his girlfriend, Stacy, as she had bolted for the woods. And Carter had headed downstairs to investigate some more into the body of Kevin.
Because I discovered the booby trap that actually killed Lucas.
Yes, because Carter had noticed as he was going down the stairs that there was a small cord that looked like it had been stretched across the stairs that may have tripped Lucas and caused him to fall to his demise.
Not yet.
Chad, as he ran to the woods, he saw Stacy disappear into the woods. and could hear her going further on. As he called out to her, she suddenly went silent. He began poking around in the woods a little bit, saw a flash of color amongst the trees and began to move towards it. As he stumbled and caught himself against a tree, he looked around the tree and spread out on the ground before him. He sees a woman's body, face down in the dirt, her back. With your flashlight shining across it, you can see that it's dark crimson, just her entire back. Looks like multiple wounds jabbed into her. And sticking out of one of those wounds is a garden trowel. Chad, what do you do?
I will rush over, pull the garden trowel out, and flip the body over so it's face up.
Go ahead and make 2 pulls. Yeah, make 1 pull.
We made it easy on you. Be like, this one or that one.
You just gotta find
Remember,
one
you
that
can do
represents the trap.
Anything up to the top. You just have to stay below that top layer.
Just 1 pull.
Yeah, you just
I changed it to 1.
Oh.
So as you run over there, your heart catching in your chest for a moment at the thought that maybe this is your dear Stacy, who you'd moments before reconciled with. You realize that no, that's not Stacy's hair color. That's not Stacy's jacket. You roll the body over.
It's Ashley. What the hell?
It's Lucas.
All over again.
And you see Sarah's pallid face staring up at you, her eyes wide in the shock at her grisly death as it came upon her.
Wasn't Sarah and a garden trowel. I'm thinking of still going to look for Stacy, but we got to make sure Sarah's back safe too.
She's already dead.
Her back was not safe.
While Chad ponders these dilemmas and more in the woods, Carter, you went downstairs to investigate the body of Kevin some more to see what you might glean.
Yeah, I want to see if he somehow accidentally bashed himself in the head several times with that brandy bottle.
Go ahead and make a poll.
So that row is fucked.
Yeah, that really is shit.
Yeah, spin
I
it
didn't
around.
see that. Yeah,
Yeah,
geez.
spin it.
Yeah, rotate the whole tower. I think that'll be good. There's no way that's going to work against you.
This one?
Ooh.
It is
I mean,
that
it's
one.
going to leave us in a shit spot afterwards, but what's the fun in not all dying eventually?
Someone's got to survive. Which
Nope.
one's is a virgin? It's probably me.
Wait,
Carter-
does that mean Lucas?
Carter,
Yep.
Carter, you
And then you just gave something else up to get here, huh?
Not that
you
virginity.
you start looking. Oh God! You start looking around at the body of Kevin. Like you said, trying to ascertain if he could have bludgeoned himself to death,
Or if it was like tied to a string or something and swung down in some sort of Home Alone-esque.
and you very rapidly, without it doesn't even take much looking around. You sit down and you look and you realize, really quickly that, like, given the position of where the body is and the wounds to what is left of the head at this point, I mean, it was really bashed in, and the fact that the bottle is like all the way across the room. There's no strings or ropes or tripwires or cantilevers or anything like that. It's pretty certain that this was not an accident and he did not do this to himself.
Oh, well, there goes that lead.
What do you do now, Carter?
Guess I'll go back up to the kitchen and inform everyone that it was not an accident.
Okay, you go back up the stairs and you tell the group, like, guys, I've looked at Kevin. This wasn't an accident. And,
really?
yeah. And
Thanks.
Ashley goes, well, no fucking shit, it wasn't. What do you think? He bashed himself in with a bottle of brandy? What the fuck?
That must have been a real good trap to hit him in the head 10 times.
You never know.
Christ, Carter.
trying to come up with some sort of solution here that makes some sense.
Yeah, like
You still haven't done it yet.
you and Chad murdered Lucas when you went outside. Now you're just trying to murder us too. I just know.
If I wanted to murder you, which I don't, for the record,
No,
I'm not going to finish that sentence.
Fuck you, Carter. Fuck you. Stay away from me. Stay away from me.
That's what they all say.
Hashtag stay away.
Do you guys do anything else, Carter, Quinn?
Well, we did never get the power or phone back on.
Correct.
Someone was immediately murdered when we tried to do anything outside of this room.
I mean, you're not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Maybe we should just hunker down here.
So, Quinn, what have you been doing like this entire time in the Quinn safe zone? Have you just been like standing there shining your light around in a circle? Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
He's been looking paranoidly everywhere.
Yeah. Yep.
okay. As you continue to paranoidly look around
With my bread knife.
with your bread knife in one hand and your cell phone
phone.
flashlight in the other,
Yes.
you feel like a rumbling cramp across your abdomen. And you know that maybe that greasy pizza, all this trauma, not sitting so well with you, buddy.
It's an upsetting day.
Yeah.
It's an upsetting day.
You quickly realize you're going to need a trip to the bathroom real soon.
Yes? Yes, Lucas. I see you're trying to speak. You have to speak up louder. I know you're injured.
Now's no time for dignity. Stand your ground.
There's a perfectly good sink right here.
In the safe zone.
Safe zone.
So you feel it coming. It's coming down the. Do you go for the sink?
The tumblin's a rumbling.
Yeah.
We'll still respect you.
I won't.
You know what the horror genre needs more of?
Someone shitting
and
themselves?
blood.
Shitting your pants.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Okay, so where is the bathroom from where I am?
So
From the safe zone.
So, I haven't fully established what the boundaries of the safe zone are here. I don't know how much of this living room area you consider a safe zone.
Extend your borders.
You're in
Go
the
ahead next to
kitchen.
the bathroom.
You're in the kitchen, and this part of the house is really big, open, high ceilings.
A-frame.
Yeah, the kitchen sits to just off to the left of the entryway. There's a big island. And then like a dining room table a little bit further in. To the right of the door is the living room with a bunch of couches, a big like fireplace, and all the windows and glass doors out onto the big patio. At the end of this room, the living room and the dining room ended about the same spot. There's a hallway, and just immediately inside that hallway to the right is a door to the bathroom.
All right, everyone. Safe zone's moving.
You want to stay safe, you got to come to the bathroom with me.
I'm just saying, I got the safe zone's about to move into that bathroom for like 5 minutes. I'm sure everyone will be fine. I'm taking the bread knife and the phone. You all have your own lights. But boy, do I have to shit right now. Pizza's, it's a lot of stress. The stress in pizza and some of the drugs are making this kind of hard right now. And
I hope it's not too hard.
it's no, it's
Did
it's
you
gonna-
just realize that one of the drugs you took was laxative?
sometimes you gotta get real wild. You just never know.
Just really let loose in there.
So I very cautiously go to the bathroom.
Okay. Ashley, not trusting Carter at all, it's like, I'm not going in there with you, but I'm going to be right by the door.
You stand
Right
guard.
by the door.
Stand guard. It'll be all right. Unless this bathroom is also booby trapped.
All right, so you go into the bathroom to take care of your business. Hank, you need to make a poll.
All right.
Are you sure he doesn't need to do a push?
I have pushed successfully.
Push through.
Yep.
Really laid that one out on top.
You should have pulled one of the brown ones.
Paperwork and everything comes out fine in the end, and you return to the exterior Quinn safe zone.
Nice. Everyone still alive?
You have to pull to wash your hands.
Everybody is still alive.
You know what? I'm gonna skip washing the hands today. That's just,
Gross.
yeah, it's one of those days.
Chad, back in the woods, what have you decided to do upon discovering the body of Sarah?
I'm gonna call out again for Stacy.
No answer.
I'm going to collect Sarah and start heading back to the house.
So at this point, you're from where you went in. You were kind of looking around, and you saw the color off to your left, and you moved along the woods to where you found her, and it was kind of at an angle back towards the edge of the woods. So she's just inside the woods, so not very far. So it's easy to get her body out of the woods and begin carrying her back to the house. It's up the hill. So again, luckily you're star athlete, squash player. You've got the squash legs
Yep.
to help you carry
Those
a body
glutes.
up a hill.
It was all those squash squats.
Mm-hmm.
As you are going up the hill, though, so you're going up the hill kind of at an angle towards the house. Off to the right is the stairs where Lucas had his tragic accident. And
We like to call it the whoops-a-daisy.
back behind you to your right is the boathouse down by the lake. And as you're going up the hill, you hear a decently loud clatter, like something fairly big got knocked over down in the boathouse.
I will
Dump her body on the ground and start sprinting at that boathouse.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll set Sarah down in the
Spatula in hand.
in the lawn,
raised above you.
and I will make my way down to the boathouse. Spatula ready.
Do you have the travel still, or
I threw the trowel away, the
Okay.
bloody trowel.
get what was important? Spatula.
Why? Yeah, you don't need a garden trowel when you have a spatula.
Yeah, for real. There's no trowel city.
Correct. That's UHF too.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head towards the boathouse there. And you get to the door.
And by the way, for the record, so many more ruthless garden tools exist
And the trowel.
than the trowel.
That's the point.
So as you
Could have been a hoe.
Yeah, but then what would you use to kill her?
Jesus. So Chad, as you get down to the boathouse, there is as you approach it from the opposite side from the water, there's like two double doors, like a shed style doors. And then having been up here before, you guys regularly come up here to hang out during the summer and stuff. You know that just around the corner to the left is like more of a regular traditional door going into the boathouse. Which way do you go into the boathouse?
I think I'm going to double door it.
Okay. So you go up to the double doors and you go to pull them open and they don't budge. And you look down, they're chained and locked with a padlock.
All right, I'll go around to the regular door.
Okay. You go around to that one and you reach up and you grab the door handle and you go to turn it and it turns, it opens. You swing open the door and as you step into the boathouse there is a light on that, like, the door is really tight and you couldn't really see the light from it before. It's a real dim lantern, like lamp in there. And in the shade of the lamp, you see a figure turned away from you, like struggling to like kind of rearrange some things. As the door opens, it creaks and they turn around and it's a figure in a hockey mask holding a big hammer, like almost like a maul.
Stacy?
What do you do?
I will rush I will rush at them because a hammer. Thinking about it, a hammer needs the momentum of a swing. So if I can get in close,
Spatula time.
Spatula
Yeah.
time.
I'm getting spatula on their hockey mask face.
Is he big and slow, or is he big and also fast?
You got to be quick to play squash.
It's true.
All right, I'm gonna need you to make a poll.
Yeah.
Just rushes at him and just smashes you over the skull. Like, well, that was easy.
These kids are just killing us.
That's the easiest one all night.
Bob is testing the tower.
Yeah.
Initial probes are
Probe?
not promising.
Probing for weaknesses.
Mhm. He's trying to find the best place to hit him with a spatula.
Yeah.
Currently, not many.
Where can I crit this guy with it?
Well, once again, kindly remind for the first time of this episode, you do not have to poll.
I feel like he doesn't want to fail this.
No, I'm just gonna let the guy in the hockey mask murder me.
He smashes you upside the skull. You are dead.
No save. Oh, found one. It was a middle tile. Pulled it out slightly from one, pushed it from one side, and is reaching around.
It was third from the top. Looking at him halfway out now. He's got a.
Oh, and that's
See how
a
much that
bad
was
miss.
teeter-tottering is Spatula City.
Is that your roar?
That's my roar.
That's his new battle cry.
Yeah.
As you
Well, yeah,
as you
Jefferson
charge at
High
the-
is in Spatula City.
Obviously,
of course.
yeah.
So this all happens very quickly. You open the door, it creaks, the figure stands up, turns around. You see the hockey mask and the hammer, and you charge. Just your squash instincts taking over.
They're called squash tanks.
With the heart of a cassowary.
And
the feisty heart.
as you charge at him, you have time just to register that his reaction isn't what you would expect from somebody who's trying to kill you. It kind of recoils like, oh shit. And then as you charge him, he almost turns like try and run. Like you see him like, oh god, no. And then you tackle him and you guys smash together and you roll around and you're struggling. And what's your goal here? What are you trying to do?
Disarm.
Slap him with the.
You're trying to disarm him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Try to take both the arms off.
Hack the arm with the spatula to no avail. I'm going to need you to make a poll.
Yeah. I mean, this just makes the most physics sense.
Oh yeah, all the ones near the top are the most loose.
As you're
Success.
wrestling around, you manage to strike at his wrist with the spatula. And it's really more with the handle of it. Like you catch him in the wrist
really.
just right, and he cries out and drops them all, and it kind of clatters and then falls into the water right there at the boathouse dock.
What kind of cry is this?
Like, oh, it's like a
That sounds like a murderer to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Real spine tingling.
what do you do?
Now that they're disarmed,
They're disarmed.
I try to take their mask off.
Okay. You've got him down and he's more, you've been wrestling with him here for just moments, but enough time to know he doesn't seem to be trying to fight you. He's trying to get away more. And so it's really easy for you to just grab his mask and flip it off, and it comes right off. And you recognize, as the mask comes off, the face of Sam, a fellow student from the high school.
What the fuck?
Sam, you would know,
Would we all know him?
I mean, none of the rest of you are there, but yes,
Okay.
Sam is well known at the school.
All
Yeah, Sam. We all know Sam.
Yeah,
I mean, I know his son.
it's not a particularly big school. You would know that Sam is one of those kids who kind of like doesn't have a group he fits in with. He's not like a weirdo or an outcast, but like he, sometimes he kind of hangs out with the jocks. He's dabbled in some sports. He never went for squash. He's not a squasher.
Clearly.
You know, but like, you know,
It's not the right caliber.
you know, like he tried out for the basketball team and the baseball team, and you know, he played on him, but it was like, you know, he's always like third stringer. He's not particularly athletic
for sports.
Safety nets.
Yeah.
He, you know, you feel like if there was a group that he typically hung out with, it was kind of the more like burner stoner group. What do you do?
I'm gonna grab a hold of him and be like, Sam, what the hell is going on here?
I don't know, man. God, I thought you were gonna kill me. You're not gonna kill me, right? You're not gonna kill me.
There have been plenty of people who have died already tonight, dude. What the hell is going on?
It was supposed to be a joke. It was all supposed to be a joke. Quinn found out that you guys were coming up here, man, and we just wanted to fuck with you guys. We just wanted to fuck with you a little bit, like, you know. So he told me to get this hockey mask and come out here and hide in the boathouse. He was supposed to get you guys just really fucking high, and then I was supposed to barge in and kind of like, raw, I'm a murderer, and you guys were supposed to freak out, and then I was here, I was waiting, and I started hearing screams, and then earlier, like I was watching out the door trying to figure out what was going on, and I saw somebody fall down those stairs, and then you were carrying up their body, and they looked like you came out of the woods just now with another body, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, neither do I.
It's supposed to be a joke. Oh my god, it's supposed to be a joke.
Well, clearly this is the worst joke ever, Sam.
I
don't know, I think it's pretty funny.
I've just been hiding out here in the boathouse the entire time.
Tell you
It
what,
was all
Sam.
Quinn's idea, I swear to God.
Yeah, well, maybe you need to go to the Quinn safe zone.
The what?
Yeah, that's what he's been calling it.
Christ, how high is he?
So high.
Just the normal amount.
So high.
Yeah, I'm not going to let him run. I'm going to force him to walk back up to the
Okay.
house with me.
He goes willingly enough. Like you didn't try to kill him, you know, he
You only had a spatula.
Yeah.
he's smart enough to realize that, yeah, like there's a lot going on here. You know, he was clearly in a hockey mask, you know, and
With a hammer.
so he feels you're you disarmed him and then talked to him. Like he's not worried you're trying to kill him right now. So he comes with you up to the house.
Yet.
So Carter, you have by now, come back up from the basement. Quinn went and finished his shit. Clearly didn't wash his hands. You never heard the sink go.
No.
Someone shut off the water. Someone shut off the water.
So the rest of you are all just kind of sitting around there in the living room, debating about what to do. As all of a sudden, the door opens and Chad comes in with Sam.
Well, guys, I found Sarah.
No, that's Sam.
I also found Sam. Sarah's dead.
Oh, shit. Sam.
Yeah, Quinn.
There was a plan. Plan's out the window now, clearly.
Sam says Quinn and him were attempting to scare us tonight.
Well, they fucking succeeded. Three of us are three of us are dead.
We had nothing to do with that.
I'm not dead yet.
I'm dead.
To be fair, I had mostly forgotten about that at this point. But I'm glad you found him.
Yeah.
He's just certainly not dead. Unlike
Well, I didn't find Stacy.
Oh shit, Stacy's
gone.
Yeah, she's somewhere in the woods.
She does not have it going on.
Right.
I was waiting for one of those.
That was her mom.
Yeah.
Oh, that was her mom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Sarah's not the murderer then, because Sarah's dead. Sarah's dead?
Unless Sarah
Are you-
was the murderer
are you
and
sure
Stacy
Sarah
found
didn't
out
kill
about it
herself?
and then killed her.
Sarah.
Yeah, was it a weird accident?
Sarah was stabbed in the back by a garden trowel.
Oh, so that's not a weird accident.
Are you sure she didn't trip over any of those fucking tree knots? They're ruthless out there.
Riddled.
Riddled. I found her face down
Okay.
in the woods, just blood all over her back. I've brought her up to the lawn, and that's when I heard sounds at the boathouse.
Oh, yeah. The boathouse.
And that's where Sam was hanging out.
Once again, safe zone. No one's dead in the safe zone.
Yeah.
After the safe zone was begun, by the way.
Told you he's calling it his safe zone.
Ashley is like starting to kind of back out of the room. Like she's looking around, at the now 4 of you that are in the room.
Casually
5, because
discussing
Bill's
murder.
like, off in the corner, but like what the fuck? Chad, I see you with your hands around Lucas's neck all bloody. Now you come back and you say Sam said or Stacy's dead, or
Sarah's dead.
Sarah's dead. And now you
Too
got
many
Sam.
ass names.
You got Sam here, and
Ashley, your stories will evolve.
Sam, you're with Quinn's. And what the fuck are you guys all just trying to kill us? Oh my god, it's all of you. And she turns and just fucking books it down the hallway.
It wasn't me.
Does she have to pull?
No, she does not have to pull.
She's not wrong, Chad. This looks pretty suspicious for you. And then I chase after Ashley.
Okay.
I continue to secure the safe zone.
Wait, what the fuck? Sam yells to you like, we were supposed to scare these people. Now people are dying. What the fuck is happening? And you just left me out there in the fucking boathouse. I hear screams. I see people fucking dead. The fuck, man? The fuck?
I had mostly forgotten that you were even here.
Jesus
He did smoke many times.
It's been
the
it's been a long night. You know me. And
Any danger? Boom. Safe zone.
lock down the perimeter. That's it. You know what? It's been going well so far for me.
That's how the safe zone works.
I was able to poop. No problem.
fuck are you guys? What are we gonna do? What the fuck?
You know what? Those plans come later. Perimeter first. Then we'll come up with some ideas. I mean, if a maniac wants to like run in here and be like, I'm gonna murder all of you, there's like 4 of us. We can take one crazed person, unless it's sort of like a redneck inbred family or something like that, and then there's like a bunch of them.
Don't jinx us.
I'm just going through scenarios here. And then, I mean, if there's a bunch of them, then we
Bill also said they and them.
Yeah. I don't know. But you know what? We're good now, though.
I'm not good.
If we have to run, it's not great for you. I understand, but we'll try. It's like the penguin from
All right.
Batman 2.
So Ashley is currently just, like I said, she booked it down the hallway. Carter, you're chasing after her.
Yep.
So you see her cut to the right, up ahead where the hallway kind of shifts, and you know that's like in the direction of the like kind of one of the back doors. And sure enough, you hear the door slam open. You following her?
Yeah.
Okay. You come out on the back door and you see her like cutting around the side of the house.
Follow.
Okay.
We're going towards the tripwires.
But keeping an eye out for tripwires.
Okay. You follow her around the corner house. So now, like, you guys went out that back door, similar to where it would have been. Sure, I have the layout of the house just right here. It would have been just off of, it would have had to come down some stairs because you're up on that upper level.
Right.
It comes downstairs and it's like right by where that den spot was. So you're now following her in the same direction that you guys had initially walked when you went out looking for stuff after the first murder. You see her running past the SUV again, just fucking
Down the road.
Yeah.
Ashley, come back. It's not safe.
Everyone's died out there.
Yeah. People who go out there end up dead. I don't want to chase you and also die. Please come back.
Nope.
Fuck.
What do you do?
Continue to chase after her.
Okay. Meanwhile,
Making all the smart choices.
Yeah.
making all the smart choices.
That'll solve it. Eventually be like, oh, right, my bad.
right. So, meanwhile, back in the living room, what are you guys doing? Coin is clearly just determined to stay in the Quinn safe zone.
Till something else happens, I guess. Disperses. Like a tear gas bomb or something.
Chad, what are you doing?
I'm thinking I still gotta go find Stacy. And or my socks.
They're both very important. And Stacy, too.
So as you guys are all sitting there,
They were always such a lovely
Sam
pair.
pipes up, and he's like, "Guys, why the fuck haven't you gotten out of here? Why the fuck haven't you gotten out of here?
Someone slashed all the tires on the car.
Fuck the
I mean, unless we're going to canoe our way to the other side of the lake.
There are a
Quinn,
lot of canoes.
We drove up here, man. Our car's a half mile down the road.
Oh, shit, we drove up here?
Quinn, you son of a bitch.
Fuck, man. I totally forgot about that.
So, Virgin confirmed.
Cars are half mile down the road. We can all stick together, right? You've got knives. You've got weapons.
You got a mobile safe zone.
I'm gonna take one of my Wolverine knives.
Son of a bitch.
Clink, 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 clink.
There's more where that goes.
You have 3 more in your pocket or something, I think.
At least 2 or 3 more stuck in his neck.
That's a plan. See, there's a plan. It's only a half mile. Some of us might die, but most of us would probably make it.
Well, if we go as a group.
Yeah. And if anyone starts fucking with us, we all just charge them. You got a spatula, I got a bread knife.
Sam's got Sam.
Sam's
Is there anything else? Is there something I can take?
we can whittle a steak.
Who had the butcher knife?
I think it would make
Okay,
I think
yeah.
oh.
Carter's got the butcher knife, friend.
Okay.
Okay.
I got it.
I don't know, like not really.
Sam starts like rummaging, through the kitchen cabinets and stuff, and eventually just comes up with a rolling pin.
Yeah,
It's like-
yeah. That'll clobber something.
That's all I have to do. That's all I
Have to do. I mean, the hammer we found probably wasn't that great. What happened to the hammer? What happened to the hammer?
Fucking Chad tackled me, knocked it into the fucking lake.
Fucking Chad.
He was wearing a hockey mask.
I know, but we could have used that hammer. Chad.
People have died out there. Quinn?
I mean, I'm not saying it was a bad idea. It's just like
It was the execution.
the execution.
It could have been worse. That's all I'm saying,
I tried to get away. I thought he was going to murder. I thought he was the murderer.
Were you that afraid of a spatula? He's been carrying around
You
a
should have seen the
Have
look
you-
in his eyes.
Have
He
you seen him
fucking-
use the spatula?
He came through that door and charged me without a second thought.
You were wearing a mask. Isn't that the title of this episode? Just as a non-character quip.
Beneath the mask, yeah.
beneath the mask, yeah.
beneath the
Is
mask.
this innocent person? Beneath, it's a subtitle. So we're doing this?
Well, someone's got to take catatonic Bill.
All right.
Not it.
Bill, no, come on, Bill.
Someone's got to hold you. Chad can take Lucas. And then we'll convoy our way in like
Choo-choo.
a reverse circle, everyone facing outwards with their cell phones.
It's still a circle.
Wait. I really want to know what a reverse circle is.
It's just a line that's bent the other way.
Okay. So while the rest of while Chad, Quinn, and everybody else is formulating their plan of who's carrying who and who's doing what, Carter, you're running down the road, right? Chasing after.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So Ashley she's not the cheerleader type. She's not an athlete. Like, surprisingly enough, you're gaining on her.
I'm also not an
exactly.
athlete.
Yeah, I know.
I am an esports athlete.
Yeah, I know. Just surprisingly, you're still gaining on her. And she looks back over her shoulder and realizes this and cuts into the woods to her left.
I'm also just like, no, but come on. Jesus. All right. And then I get up into the woods.
Okay. What has been the final decision back in Chad, Quinn, and everybody else's land? Chad, you carrying Lucas's now, you think he might still be alive, but
He seems to gurgle every once in a while.
rigor mortis hasn't set in. So.
That takes a while.
Yeah, I'll carry Lucas.
Gurgle.
Sack of potato style. Just no dignity.
Sam
Dragging him by his hair.
Sam goes over and helps Bill up onto his feet. And Bill, again, Bill has been for this whole time, he doesn't seem to react to anything around him, but he comes along. You can help him up and he'll move with you, as you kind of hold or guide him and push him. So Sam's, helping him along there. Quinn, what are you doing?
Cell phone light. Red knife.
Okay.
Move in the safe zone.
Mobile safe zone. Mobile Quinn zone.
All right, so you all go out into the front yard. What order does everybody take here? Chad's carrying Lucas.
I like to call it the reverse
Sam's
circle.
got Bills.
It was hard for me to get the door open with Lucas, so I don't think I'm in front.
Okay,
It's really just 5 of us at this point, right?
correct.
Yeah. So I guess I'm in front.
All right.
Bread knife and cell phone in hand, with the wounded / clearly broken behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like a good marching order.
Yeah.
Just a train of sadness.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys open the door and look around. I assume you look around. Do you look around?
Of
Quinn?
course.
Okay.
Of course. I've got a cell phone light.
Very paranoid.
Yeah.
Very twitchy, druggy.
Yeah.
You don't see anything. So you step down on off the porch and start off down the road. As you're moving along the road there, you get outside the big cutaway yard. So now you're entering where it's really the road. It's tree lined on either side. And you can definitely hear multiple, probably at least 2, you think maybe even 3 different groups of trampling around in the woods off to your left.
Shit.
Quinn, the car. Focus on the car.
Let's keep moving, guys.
Quinn's, you jinxed us.
Why did we leave the Quinn zone?
I'm not squealing.
All right. So Carter, you follow after Ashley there, and at this point, once she turns into the woods, she slows almost to a halt. You catch up to her almost no problem. She's trying to still kind of get away. She's tripping. She's freaked out.
Yeah.
So what do you do as you catch up to her?
I put the knife down and approach slowly. Ashley, calm down. We need to all stick together, get back to the house, and figure out how to stay safe. If we're running around in the woods, we're going to hurt ourselves. We don't need more people to die tonight.
As you reach out and touch her, you feel initially really tense. Then as you speak, she kind of feel her muscles kind of relax, and then she just collapses. And I need you to make a pull.
No. Let's go for this exact same one that I always go to. That is 100% stuck and is never going to come out.
Yeah.
At the bottom, that'll be fun. Came right out.
That was an easy one.
Yeah. Deceptive.
All right. Success.
Gonna wait a second, let it wobble a bit.
Everybody's arms off the table.
I'm going to stop touching the table.
Nobody laugh in the direction of the team.
All right. So you catch her. She starts to slow down and kind of stabilize her there, like, let her like fall. She's heavy though, and you're both tired. Like, this little
really
run
tired.
wore both of you out. And so you get her there, and you don't know what the fuck to do. Like, so you just kind of, it works in the movies. You kind of smack her a couple times, like wake up. Like, we're in the woods. We can't be here. And her eyes flutter open, and they focus on your face, and then they glance to the side, and I need you to make a pull.
I feel like I should just pick that other one off the bottom, because then it's definitely gonna not fall.
Yeah, that seems right. This one looks like it wants to come.
Yeah, that one. That's a smart move.
Use those architecture skills.
Yeah.
As her eyes, like I said, like, they focus on you, and then they glance to the side, and just deep down inside, you just know there's something wrong. Like that she sees something.
And then I drop her and run.
And so you dive backwards and like kind of roll around, and as you do, you see a form picking up that knife that you just tossed to the
Well,
side.
of course, yeah.
What do you do?
Am I still like holding on to her?
No, like, because you had caught her, and you were like propping her up against a tree, and you kind of like smacked her face a couple times. Like you were like crouched down, and she opened her eyes and focused on you, and then looked over your shoulder, and that was what like for some reason for you that just clicked. That like shit, and you dove out of the way and like did this kind of like awkward rich kid video game play. Like
Right,
it
like,
wasn't graceful.
No,
but you were able to turn around.
But I do
enough.
that all the time in
Online.
the video games,
Yeah.
online.
But it was just enough, like you were able to come back, like, kind of on your hands and knees, like off to the side in time to see like this person picking up the knife. You weren't in danger. Like they weren't about to, they weren't like right over you, but now you see them. And so she's now just a space off to your right. The person's in front of you. The road is past them.
Right.
What do you do?
Do I see that? Is he looking, or whoever it is, looking at me or looking at her?
They're looking at you. You just did this like
Okay.
half weird roll maneuver. They're looking at you.
Okay. I freeze and wait for him to do something.
I freeze and wait my untimely death.
Right. And then awkwardly say, "Come at me, bro." And then try to like stealthily pick up like some dirt or something in one hand. Okay. And get ready to like toss it in his face if he comes at me.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand. Cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha.
They never expect it.
So as that like, 2 like heartbeats of time, like that brief pause, you're like, what's about to happen?
Right.
And they lunge for you.
Okay. And then I throw sand at him.
Okay. Make a bowl.
Cha-cha-cha.
Are you sure you want to go for this one?
I think I'm going to go for this one.
So easy.
I mean, it's
For
going to
you.
make, because the
Is
way,
this your architecture superpowers at use?
yes. I mean, the way they were sitting, there was no weight on them.
Yep.
But there's going to be like no support for all of the next pulls. So
Yep.
sorry, guys. I needed to survive. Of course, putting it on top is going to kill me. So
Ooh, yeah, especially if you don't like that. All right.
all right, well, next person's going to die.
You're in the forest, and like you tried to grab a bunch of dirt, but really like you're panicked. You're not paying attention. You end up just grabbing like a bunch of sticks and leaves, and you throw them up, and it's enough though to make the figure like kind of shuffle, and you're able to again kind of awkward, like not really knowing what you're doing, but this works in the video games. Kind of like fall to the side.
And then I jump on him. Lunge.
Okay. Make a pull.
Now we'll see if you were right.
The next person.
The
that has to
next
pull
person.
is going to die.
Maybe one of these.
Oh, wait, where did it go?
It's this one right here.
Oh,
Mhm.
there was no good view of it from
No.
this side.
You're not.
Let's push it back through the other way. That's fine.
Yeah, that's exactly fine.
The old in and out.
Oh, we're in California now. Got it.
Never had it now.
I haven't either.
You got it out. You got to stack it on the top now. As is Jenga tradition.
Yeah.
Oh, not that way.
God damn it, Bob. It's more from laughing than anything.
Oh, Jesus. Success?
Wow. 4 pulls.
You dive at the figure.
I know, right?
You're dead. Fuck you.
I'm running this game. You dive at the figure, and again, just through some of the most awkward, like you're the rich kid in a school of rich kids. Everything has just worked out for you in life, and everything just keeps working out for you in life through no skill of your own, through no talent or ability of your own.
Except Jenga.
You tackle this person just perfectly. And you hear as you connect with their body, like your shoulder hits them right in the gut. Force of wind comes out. Oof. And you hear vaguely, just barely registering in the back of your mind, the knife clattering away. And you fall on the ground. And what do?
I shout for Ashley to run back to the road. And then we run back to the road.
As you shout that, you hear her already she's already gone.
Good.
She had no desire to wait around.
Got it.
So you're on the ground.
Yeah, and then
Now,
I run for the road also.
Okay. As you go to run away, a hand grabs your ankle.
Oh, man.
What do you do?
It's over.
I reach for where I heard the knife fall.
It was off in the distance.
Oh, okay.
Like I mean, it wasn't like, it didn't like soar through the air, but I mean, it's not around.
Far enough away that there's no chance that he's going to grab it.
Yeah.
Okay, well then.
You feel pretty confident they're not going to get the knife.
Okay. And I kick at his hand with my other foot and try and escape.
Make a pull.
Can I make it 5 for 5? Probably not. Shut up, Zach.
Noble sacrifice.
No.
Yeah, there's no noble sacrifice in this situation. I resign myself to death.
If it topples, you die.
I mean, either way, I die.
I don't know.
You
You're
don't
just
know?
sort of kicking at a hand right
Yeah.
now.
Well, no. I mean, if it topples, I die. Or if I topple it, I die.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you could just not pull and see what happens.
You'll
I'll
probably
die.
I mean,
You're not wrong, but you might not be right.
I'm going to choose not to pull. It turns out it's just Mr. Stevens, your math teacher.
it's some
I
other
thought
person.
you were being serious about not pulling for a second.
No. I don't know, man. There's like no good pieces.
Mm-mm.
It's fate.
You have to pull.
Bet you're
one.
wishing you saved one of those bottom pulls.
I know, right? I wasn't expecting to have to do 5 in a row.
Dude, you're fighting the murderer in the woods.
Or the thing.
Ooh.
Dressed like a
I
murderer.
thought that was an empty spot. Oh, no, that's the one that I was trying
yeah.
Woo-wee.
for. Yeah. There's nothing good here.
I get one of them.
Mhm. Did you try these white ones right here?
I'd
Stop being
recommend
racist.
this one.
If you do it fast, it'll
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
drop.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah, that's
like
how that
yanking
works,
the
yeah.
tablecloth.
That's how
out.
physics works.
I mean, I've seen it happen.
Yeah, just flick it.
I mean,
Does
hell,
that
if you,
ever
if you do
happen?
that second one up, the other two will fall down perfectly
Oh.
astride the
You
other
flick them
one.
Yeah,
both
just-
at the same
Oh,
time.
yeah.
I think I did see someone make a Jenga gun once.
Yeah. Yep.
like shoot the pieces out.
There's just like there's
gotta-
literally
you gotta-
no good ones.
Yeah, well, you have to do a pull or resign yourself to your fate
I just knock it over.
and die heroically.
Yep. Heroically kicking at its hands.
You succeed in kicking his hand.
While you get stabbed in the chest by somebody else.
Gotta do something.
That is something.
I mean, you don't.
that is an option.
Time. Don't do anything.
I can just keep wasting time.
It's true.
We'll be here all night.
But he'll still be alive.
Ooh, juicy.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh!
I had it too. It was out, and then I tapped it with my finger. Oh well.
Carter's moments are numbered.
You kick at the hand, and you feel it connect, and briefly the hand loosens but doesn't let go, and then clamps down again with a surprising amount of force. Then another.
It was
hand,
a robot.
Another hand. You thought it wasn't the sci-fi one all along. No, the other hand grabs you.
The Velociraptor comes out from the darkness.
And
And I got killed by myself? God damn it.
you feel it grabbing you and it kicks again, or you kick at it again, and this time the hand actually comes loose and you stand up and you go to run, and as soon as you take that first like running step, pain blossoms across your forehead as you run smack into a low-hanging branch.
Fucking tree!
The force of it knocks you off your feet. You fall prone on your back, dazed. Those seizures that lead to your blackouts and your hangouts, and this doesn't feel like one of those, but you feel the grogginess and the pain. And just as your vision starts to collapse down and tunnel, the last thing you sense is the person next to you moving, and then a knife flashes through the last little bit of light through the trees as you feel it plunge down into your chest. The cold bite of death taking you.
Oh God, it's a knife.
My one weakness.
If only I hadn't slightly nudged that tower with my finger after successfully pulling out the piece.
All right. So now that the tower is rebuilt, as I described Carter's grisly demise, pull 6.
Me or just in general?
Wes, you pull 3. Zach, you pull 3.
All right, that's 6.
All right. Meanwhile, back on the road. Quinn, you're out in front still.
Mm-hmm.
Your flashlight flashing around, your bread knife in one hand. Behind you, Chad carrying just at this point, no sign of life
Mostly
body
dead.
of Lucas. And behind that is Sam leading along Bill with one hand and his roller pin clasped in the other.
Yes.
You've been hearing this commotion off in the trees. Suddenly, you really start to hear a lot of noise, followed by a scream as Carter's last breaths pierce through the air.
What? Arg, the knives! The knives! I mean, just the one, but
What do you do?
Finally, somebody else died besides me. Bleh.
And with that, Lucas's body goes limp.
Yeah.
Let's pick up the pace here, people. Safe zone's gonna
Agreed.
start moving a little
Agreed.
fast. Safe zone's gonna start moving a little faster.
Quinn, make a poll.
You need a light at all?
No, I'm good.
I say after I should use the light.
I was fine before.
Chad, make a poll.
Mm-hmm. Done.
All right. The road is becoming pretty rutted. Like you're getting a little further out along the way there. But you both managed to keep your feet. All the more impressive, Chad, since you are carrying a body in your arms.
Mhm.
However, behind you guys, you hear as Sam and Bill stumble and turn around. As you're moving quickly now, you said the safe zone's picking up speed.
Yeah.
You look back and I don't know, 2-3 yards behind you is Bill sprawled out face down, and Sam's trying to pick him up and keep him moving, which is difficult considering Bill's near catatonic condition. What do you guys do?
I think I'm going to set Lucas down.
So Lucas toast now?
Yeah, he went limp.
He's already dead.
And
so am I,
I
but
will
yeah.
move. Yeah. I'll move to pick up Bill.
Ooh.
All right. So with your help, Sam, and you are able to get Bill up much quicker and easier, and you keep on moving down the road. As you do, the noises you heard had been kind of up and to your left, ahead of you to the left, and you haven't heard much since the scream when suddenly a figure bursts through the tree line. Quinn, I would like you to make a poll to see how you react to this figure.
It's here in front. Or just fucking knock it over. Jeez.
Good you
That was
dropped me when you
close,
did.
yeah.
Success.
Because I was about to void my bowels. I died.
You
I heard all the farts come out at once.
Quinn, you start to slash, and then for some you hold right at the end. And later, as you look back on these moments, you're so glad you did. As
this is all a flashback? What?
Oh,
2 weeks ago.
spoilers, Quinn survives. Come on.
Hey,
Of course I survived.
we don't know how far back he's looking. It could be 10 minutes as he's bleeding in the road later, okay? But you're so glad you did as Ashley comes stumbling out of the woods. Her face is scratched and dirty. There's twigs and leaves in her hair. Her clothes are torn and tattered. And she barrels into you. And I'd like you to make another poll.
Accident.
She knocks you over and breaks your neck on a root in the middle of the grass.
No, you'd probably just stab yourself with the bread knife.
Just shake the whole tower.
Yeah, stop using 2 hands.
That's
I can't see what you're doing with that other hand on the back, but it needs to be one-handed.
It wasn't holding it.
Okay.
Lining up for the reverse pull.
And he makes the pull.
Successfully set back on top.
Just
All
in
right,
the hole.
as she
that brings
barrels
them
into
2
you,
under.
as Ashley barrels into you, you're able to catch her and keep her from falling over, and also
Cell phone?
take kind of a step back and not fall yourself. But in the process, to avoid, murdering your friend,
Mhm.
you do drop the bread knife.
Gasp.
Gasp.
Don't worry, you've still got a cell phone. You're blind.
Ashley in your hands. Oh my god! I think
You could just drop the phone and just kick the knife.
Ashley's nearly not quite yelling, but I mean, oh my god, guys! Oh my god! I think Carter's dead. He saved me, but I think Carter's dead. I think Carter's dead. Oh my god! I think Carter's dead. We have to go. What do we do?
We're all going to be dead unless I can pick up that fucking bread knife.
And she picks up the bread knife and stabs you.
It was you all along.
We gotta go. And she turns and pulls out of your arms and takes off down the road. What do you do?
Did you know we have a car down there? There's a car that way. That's where we're going.
She doesn't seem to react to anything you say.
Pick up the knife.
Pick up the knife.
Make a ball. No, I'm just. You pick up the knife just
The
fine.
root grabs from the ground.
No, you picked the wrong because
The
it's
knife
dark.
was a
You picked the
mimic.
wrong side of the knife and cut your fingers off.
All right, so at this point, you're probably somewhere around a quarter of a mile down this road. Like you've been moving pretty steadily. how fast are you moving at this point? So you pick up the knife and you start down the road again. How fast? You're setting the pace. You're in the front. How fast are you setting the pace?
We got a 2-man team back there.
Okay.
We got to keep up the safe zone. Safe zone's going fast now.
Is safe zone running?
No. Safe zone's not running.
Okay.
Quick
It's not going
pace.
at an unsafe speed, though.
No, absolutely not. You never want to run with a knife in your hand.
At least it's not scissors.
Or what would Weird Al have to say about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So since you're not running,
I would say staying more to the right side of the road,
okay,
away from where all of the noises and bloody death screams were moments ago.
okay. So at this point, if you're not running, then I would say that Chad and Sam have no problem keeping Bill up to pace with you guys. You're moving right along. In fact, like they're almost like pushing you a little faster. Like, dude, like, Quinn, I know you're high as fuck, but maybe move.
Can't compromise the safe zone.
Check your perimeter.
Yeah.
So you're moving down the road, and Chad, you hear off to the right of the road,
Ooh.
a voice. Chad, is that you?
Oh my God. It's Stacy.
What do you do?
Hi, Stacy.
I'm like, Sam, can you take care of Bill?
Yeah, I think I got him as long as he doesn't fall again. He doesn't like getting up very quick.
Quinn, you take your safe zone and get these guys out of here. And I
Wait.
move spatula in hand towards the sound I heard.
Who's got the car keys? Do I have the car keys?
Since Sam drove, I would assume Sam has the car keys.
You're driving, right, Sam?
Yeah.
Sam, are you okay to drive?
I am not okay to drive, just so you know.
All right. So Chad, as you move towards the sound, like I said, it's off to the right. Which is the side you guys are already all walking on. You kind of like at this point, like the road's set down, I don't know, 1.5 feet, 2 feet, from like an embankment up to the woods. And so you kind of scramble up that. It's not really much effort, especially for your squash physique.
Maybe an escarpment.
Yeah.
You leap up in a single bound.
And you get up to the top, and what do you do? Like now you're at the tree line.
I'm gonna look for where I heard the sound and holler out. Stacy, is that you?
Oh God, Chad, yes, it's me. And kind of stumbling towards you, probably 5 feet into the tree line from you, you see Stacy coming towards you. Dark red stain all down her right side. What do you do?
I'm gonna rush her and so oh my gosh, what happened? Are you okay? What happened to you?
As you get to her, she kind of collapses down into your arms. And she's like, as she falls into your arms, you can feel that she's like old and clammy. Like she doesn't seem so good. Now what? She's in your arms. She's Chad, thank God I found you. Thank God I found you.
This is probably the wrong time to bring this up, but you shouldn't have thrown away those blue socks.
You didn't happen to find those sucks, did you?
Only you can joke at a time like this, Chad.
Pretty sure he's being deadly serious.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't have thrown those away.
I'm gonna leave you here.
Well, Sam has a car up the road. We might be able to make it. And I pick her up and start making my way up back the escarpment of the road.
Okay. Meanwhile, Quinn, Sam, and Bill have been moving down the road at a steady clip. And so as you near the tree line, you can see that they're a little ways up ahead of you. When suddenly you see Bill and Sam stumble again. Quinn, you're still ahead of them. You kind of hear a sound behind you as they stumble. What do you do?
I turn around and look why they're stumbling. Was it another route, possibly, in the middle of the road?
Just a really rutted up old forest mountain road. Got a lot of ruts in it. Real unstable ground. Sam's like over there trying to pick Bill up and get going, and Bill, I mean, basically anytime Bill doesn't have somebody actively like trying to help him do something, he's reverting to fetal position. So Sam's like struggling to get him like, come on, Bill, come on, Bill, come on, Bill.
How's it going back there, Sam?
Fuck, Quinn, how does it look like it's going? Jesus Christ.
We gotta keep moving. How's Bill doing?
Bill is what Bill has been for.
Bill's doing Bill things. Bill's gonna need some help once we get back home. Hope Bill has some good health insurance.
We're all rich kids.
We're all rich kids. It's fine. Like how long does it? Is he doing all right? Do I have to help him? Is that what's happening here?
Do you want to help him?
Yeah,
Really?
It's up to you.
Yeah,
I've got two hands. Bread knife, light.
So leave them behind.
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you say?
Is the Quinn zone staying or going?
Quinn zone can stay.
Okay.
We still got the safe zone. Still got a knife. I can wait for Sam to help Bill up,
Okay.
and then we can keep on keeping on.
Okay. Do you just stay put, or do you move back to help them at all?
I
Like,
move towards them. Yes.
Okay. All right. You take a couple steps toward him, and Sam, with what seems like it's starting to be almost all of his effort, like Sam's actually had a pretty rough night too. This was supposed to be a light pranking. He's seen murders out the door.
He's taken a spatula to the wrist.
Yeah, but he gets Bill to his feet, and they take a couple steps towards you, and you guys turn to go down the road, and as you do, there's a solitary figure standing in the road ahead of you.
Motherfucker!
Bom, bom, bom.
You gonna bread him?
I got this knife. Solitaire. I was like someone I know. I've seen a lot of people run out of woods today. I haven't cut all of them. But I'll cut you.
Chad,
Mm-hmm.
at this point, you've made it back down that escarpment and onto the road, and you're moving down the road with Stacy in your arms, and she's struggling, but she's moving. Like she's got a definite like kind of limp like that. It seems like you basically have to have her around your left arm because her right side is where that like all that blood is on her torso,
Mm-hmm.
and like her right leg, it seems like she's having a hard time standing on it. So she's leaning on you pretty heavy. You guys are about 10 to 15 yards behind everybody else. You saw as you were coming down the escarpment, you saw Sam and Bill trip. And as you get up onto the road, you see them getting up, and you see this figure stepping down as Quinn is facing away from them. Like Quinn's facing up the road towards you guys. And Quinn, this whole time, you do see Chad and a figure that you assume is Stacy. You heard the same voice call out to Chad. You assume it's Stacy stepping out of the woods. Chad, what do you do?
Oh, yo, Quinn, behind you.
Which times perfectly with Quinn turning around and seeing the figure.
Mm-hmm.
Just by sheer coincidence. So Quinn, what do you do?
Slice him.
Do we rush this guy? There's like at least three of us. It's 3-on-1.
I'm pretty sure you'd be the only one rushing.
Yeah.
Let's get him. And then they were like,
They take a step towards you. They're about 10 yards ahead.
Mhm.
They're taking a step toward you. Your cell phone flashlight, which is it's clearly not an actual flashlight.
No.
It doesn't light up 10 yards down,
No.
but it does throw a slight glint off of a knife hanging from their right hand.
I got one of those.
yours is probably better.
They take another step towards you.
Sam?
What the fuck are we gonna do, man?
Well, we could. There's a bunch of us. Chad, up here. Safe zone needs a little protecting right now.
Chad, what do you do?
Reinforcements.
You see the figure 10 yards ahead of them. You're 15 yards from them. You've got Stacy in your arms.
I look at Stacy. and I say, "You make sure those boys get out of here." And I just go and rush.
Bob knocked it down, by the way.
Yeah. So Bob does the heroic sacrifice option.
You didn't get all the pieces.
I grab Quinn's bread knife
So Quinn,
as I'm running forward.
you are facing this figure down. They take a third step. Sam is something about Sam's voice behind you. You know Sam's not going to be of any help.
No real backup there.
Go ahead and make sure to rebuild that.
Yeah, I am.
You take a deep breath and you start to gird yourself to make a tough decision. As you do, you hear footsteps pounding up the road behind you. Before you can even react, a hand snatches the bread knife as you see Chad in full-on squash sprint. Bread knife now in his left hand.
Across those 2-yard courts.
Yeah.
Spatula in his right hand.
Dual wielding.
Get away!
About 3 feet away from the figure, who in the space of him grabbing the bread knife from you, and Chad, as you take the bread knife, the figure takes another step. And as you cover the next 5 feet, it takes another step. As you get close, you lunge through the air. As the bread knife comes down and the spatula comes down, you feel a knife enter your chest. Spatula makes a sound as it comes in contact with the figure.
Spatula, you betrayed me.
We made it through this far.
The bread knife, it comes down and you feel it pull and then catch and then slip and then catch. As a bread knife just isn't really meant to cut through flesh.
It's got a pointy end.
The figure, Quinn, you see as Chad dives into it. The figure stumbles a bit. You clearly see it raise the knife that you can only assume has pierced Chad just deep in the parts of Chad that are not meant to be pierced.
As opposed to the parts that are.
Yes. And they kind of stumble and fall to the left side of the road. You hear Sam's intake of breath as he sees this. You hear Stacy cry out from behind, Chad, no. What do you do?
We gotta run for it. He's not gonna be down for long. Or we all just jump him.
Once again, you're the only one jumping.
Yeah. Shit. Well, I gotta go. We gotta move past him, I guess.
Okay. What speed? Like, this is still now probably like 5 yards ahead of you. Like, you know, the figure was moving closer. Chad tackled and it kind of tumbled off to the left. They're 10, 15, maybe 20 feet because they're off to the left a bit and you're on the right side of the road.
Mhm.
What do you do? Are you walking? Are you running? Are you moving directly past them?
I go
What do you
back to where Sam is with Bill, and then we both try and move Bill very quickly. I assume Stacy is then coming very quickly behind us, as quickly as she can. Because like Stacy, get the fuck out of here! Safe zone collapsing quickly.
as you step back to Sam and Bill, and you start to help Sam pick Bill up and keep moving. Like Sam had Bill up. You're trying to help them move. And you see what you'd noticed earlier when you turned around to check on Sam and Bill that Chad was like basically carrying Stacy. And you see that Stacy's like on the ground, like struggling to rise. Quinn, God, Quinn, please help. What do you do?
I'll have to go back for Stacy.
I mean, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
I don't have to, but I will.
Stacy's not one of us. She's just an NPC.
I understand.
And she was Chad's girl.
Yeah, she was Chad.
I go and pick up Stacy.
Okay.
Let's all get out of here.
All.
What's remaining? Let's get out of here.
So Sam and Bill lurch off down the road as you keep moving past them towards Stacy.
Mm-hmm.
As you near Stacy, have you guys set the tower back up?
One more.
Just one more.
One more. As soon as this last one is pulled from setting the tower up, Quinn, you're going to need to make a
There you
pull.
go.
As I am the last player character alive.
Yes. Quinn, the ruts in the road.
Roots.
The ruts, not roots.
The trees come alive.
Are uneven under your feet, but that has never bothered you. You are so in the zone
It's
as
like
you move
it's like Drunken Master, but Stoned Master.
as you move towards Stacy.
I'm hitting that pinnacle.
Yeah. The true high.
You may, at this point, if you would like, pull 2 to make an observation.
I'm not gonna pull that one.
No. This one's unseasonably sturdy and tight. It's toy like a toiga.
Taut.
Now you know how I feel, except this tower is much more secure.
So he successfully looked with one eye.
Really gotta work.
Yeah.
So you see something. Now can your drug-addled brain interpret what you see?
Yes.
Like I said, pinnacle. Pinnacle of totally stoned.
Yes.
You've reached the mountaintop.
Quinn, as you run back towards Stacy, and you hear Sam and Bill behind you moving down the road, for some reason, maybe it's the years of seeing into the depths of the human mind from tripping balls.
Seeing what cannot normally be seen.
Who can really say?
Street smarts, not book smarts.
Read books, not smart smarts.
Somehow, in the midst of all of this terror, in the midst of people dying and losing their shit,
I've kept it calm.
you've kept it calm. You've kept the Quinn zone, and the Quinn zone comes in huge for you. As you move towards Stacy, you see that every step you take closer to her, she looks a little bit more smug, a little bit more satisfied. And somehow you just get a feeling deep down inside that things aren't what they appear. What do you do?
When this is Lucas's ghost, things aren't as they appear.
I wouldn't trust Stacy.
That was Carter.
I was trying to, and then she's like, and I was like, well, you can clearly help yourself now, can't you? With all that smug face. I turned around, and now this. I'm trying to help you, and you're giving me this shit grin on your face now?
Did it even grin?
You're not part of the safe zone anymore. Fuck off.
Do you have any weapons?
Shh. No, it's slowly embedding itself in fucking
So as you
Chad.
as you come to a halt and take the time to deliver these final words to Stacy, you see the smug look slowly drain from her face. She's still a few steps away from you. You see a look of determination replace it in her eyes as she stands upright, pulls just a single steak knife from her pocket, and takes a step towards you.
She pulled it out of Lucas, didn't she?
Got it out of his pockets. I turn and begin to sprint in the opposite direction.
Classic Quinn.
All right,
We're all done here.
make a pull.
She's not with that push.
I'm gonna make it.
All right, you turn to run. As you turn, seeing ahead of you, you see now as the cloud cover is finally blown away and the stars have really come out. And you didn't even realize you dropped your phone, but you have. And now with no light around, the stars, your night vision really kicks in, and you can see ahead of you down the road, just in a moment of lucidity that you have not experienced in years.
So those people's
You're coming
real
down.
wide right
Yeah.
now, by
It's-
the way.
It's been like 6 hours since you even remotely mentioned doing drugs. 8 hours maybe. Like, it's not enough that you're not down, but you're in that, like, you've hit a moment of like I said, just everything's coming into focus.
People's real wide.
Yep.
You see Sam helping Bill down the road, and you see just 100 yards past them the glint of starlight on the window of a car. You also notice that just a little behind Sam and Bill, that these two bodies off to the side of the road, there's movement as slowly Chad's body is being moved off of the figure in the ditch. Behind you, you hear the crunch of gravel under the foot of Stacy as her steps begin to pick up speed to match your steps. What do you do?
In my head, I just kind of want to like sprint past the crazy other guy and just kick him in the face real fast and like, ha ha, and then just like, stay down, bitch, and then just keep running.
That's not safe zone.
That's not safe zone.
That's not safe zone.
Are we in safe zone still?
No,
Really?
not really.
Are you in danger zone now?
Danger zone. When danger zone is beginning.
Have you? Do we need to welcome to it?
Welcome to the Quinn Danger Zone.
Like, I'm like full sprint down a dark road.
Yep.
Yeah.
As like I
Known
see-
for their ruts.
Yep. The ruts and roots.
The
And
root-covered
and-
ruts.
and what-
Hanging tree branches.
And the
wanting-
red-covered roots.
and
Yeah.
wanting to quickly just kick a crazy man in the face full speed. Just
What do you do?
how close are Sam and them? Like 100 yards, like a football field away from.
No, that's how far the car is.
The car. So at this point, because this like time is progressing, you're drawing near the figure in the ditch that has now slumped Chad's body off of it and is beginning to rise. Like it is maybe 5 to 10 feet up and to your left.
Kick him in the face.
You hear footsteps behind you.
I believe in you.
At this point, Chad and Sam are like, I mean, they're 5, 10,
Bill.
15 or
Bill.
Yeah, not Chad. Bill and Sam are like, they're basically to the car. Like, they're not quite there yet, but they're basically, you have about,
Have I seen a clicker happen at some point?
you have not seen a clicker happen. In fact, you would know because you're good longtime friends with Sam. He drives an old beater car. It does not have a clicker.
We've got to play the key in the door game here pretty soon.
There's no clicker. There's no remote start. You and him are like the two
Of course he would.
non-modern kids.
Yeah.
But they're basically the car. You've got about 50 yards between you and the car. Half a football field.
Kick him in the face, or do I keep running?
That's the question.
How many more pulls can I make off this thing? That's the real question.
I mean, I didn't think I was going to get 5, so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident right now.
I think you do at least one more.
I can do at least one more right now.
Yeah.
But then I need to make more after that. That's the real question.
How many pulls are left in the game, and how many is kicking them going to add? Those are the math you need to do right
Then he
now.
grabs and shatters my ankle.
All right, decision time. You have drawn, like, you are at the shit or get off the pot phase, which you've been in before tonight.
And you shit last time.
And you
gonna
shit.
shit this time?
So what are you going to do, Jeff? Do you kick him in the face or do you just run for the car?
Just shit all over. That diarrhea is coming back with a vengeance.
I'm gonna kick him in the face.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm gonna
make a
kick him in
pull.
the face. Got that brown log right out of there.
Yeah. That's a face kick right there.
Wabam!
Bitch, boom.
You reel back in like mid-run. you wheel back and you kick like you've never kicked before. Because let's be honest, you're a stoner at a fairly rich school. You haven't done a lot of kicking.
No.
Now you realize that before your drug addled days, you were a karate champion.
The kick, against all odds, against all logic, the kick connects. Square in the head even.
Nice.
You feel a crunch, and any resistance in the body that you're kicking kind of gives way. And I need you to make another pull.
The follow through now.
Don't Charlie Brown it.
Right into a root.
Or a rut.
Ooh.
I put the suck in success.
As the body goes limp under your kick and falls away from you, again, just amazingly, you keep your balance. Like if
Don't touch this fucking table right now, by the way. Everyone.
if this was a movie and people were in the theaters, they would be standing up and walking out right now. Like, no way, the stoner kid kicks the bad guy in the face and just keeps mid sprint and just keeps going. What? No.
Kick him in the face and then do like a little heel click.
Dink.
But your feet find purchase on the road and you continue the sprint. Ahead of you, you see that Sam and Bill have reached the car. Sam has got the key in. He puts it in. He turns it. Click. Unlock the driver door. Turns it again. Click. Unlocks all the doors. He pulls open.
Power locks. Yes.
He pulls open the driver door. Then pulls open the rear passenger and just bodily shoves Bill in. Like he's at this point, Sam is like, "Fuck this." Shoves Bill in.
Just leaves you.
Slams the door shut. And as you run, and you're like right there, 25 yards and just closing. Footsteps though, right behind you. I need you to make one more pull.
It's Daisy.
We're at the end.
You can still, again, I remind you.
No,
choose not to pull.
Choose not to
Choosing
pull.
not to
You
pull
fall
is
at
a
the end.
terrible choice.
Sam peels off with you getting stabbed to death in his rearview mirror. Oh boy. You're the one that's gonna make.
Probably not.
Oh.
You can stop at any time. Like you're committed to that piece now. You can stop at any time.
But do I tap it the other parts back? I don't understand.
Or
Tap
just
it the
stop.
other way. Try and maybe start tapping
You
it
don't
down.
have to pull, Jeff.
I don't know the rules.
Well, you have to finish that piece,
Or don't.
or
finish
just don't
anything.
pull.
It's gonna take that one. It's
Yeah, it's taken.
So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna finish the poll, or are you just, or what are you gonna do, Jeff? What are you gonna do, Quinn? Quinn, what are you gonna do?
Oh, I think he's gonna get it. Just bit by bit,
Again,
pulling a
Quinn.
piece out
oh
from the middle of the third row from the top. Wheeling it back and forth. Oh, it slides
What?
clear. But now he just
breathing.
he needs
Not
to
a good
put it on the
idea.
top. And it falls.
So close.
Womp womp womp.
do I need to build it back up again?
No, you do not.
And we're all dead.
Quinn, you see Sam slip into the driver's seat. You hear the roar of the engine. You see the lights go from brake lights, parking lights, to reverse, to drive. The brake lights are still on. Sam's waiting for you. You make eye contact through the driver's side mirror. And then you see all the hope go out of his face as you feel a knife enter the small of your back. You stumble, fall face first in the road with a weight on your back. The knife pulls out, stabs in again, pulls out, stabs in again. The last thought that goes through your mind: I'm so glad I didn't kill Ashley. That's it. That's Dread. Y'all
And
died.
Sam drives off.
Woohoo.
Literally every time I told you guys you don't have to pull, your fail would have been non-lethal. Literally every time.
But what's the fun in that?
Yeah.
I had fun things for like interesting ways for you to still fail what you were doing without actually dying.
No, I think the fun is pushing it to the limit and seeing how far you can go.
I mean, fair enough.
I made it all the way to the end on that
All the
one.
way.
There was that little stack on top. Maybe if I went a little further in the back.
I also have no idea where Ashley is. Nobody ever saw her again. We don't know if she got to the car, if she just was still running down the road.
She saw the car and was like, they probably sliced the tires. We're going to keep going.
Yeah. Maybe Sam and Bill pull over and pick her up later.
They brought
I
her
don't
over
know.
accidentally.
I almost made it. Shit.
If you'd stopped that poll, you would have made it. I won't tell you how you would have made it, but you would have made it. You'd have been hurt, but you'd have made it.
Damn.
It would have been a success fail. Or if you had succeeded and not toppled the tower, you would have lived as well.
Yeah.
That would
That
have
would
been
have
more
been really
interesting.
That would have been.
Essentially, it was like she was going to lunge at you and like cut you real bad if you pulled it and if you had abandoned it, your fail would have been like not getting hurt. Like you would have still gotten hurt.
Gotcha.
If you had pulled it and succeeded, she would have missed the final lunge for your body, and you would have,
Whiff.
yeah.
As I just lunge onto the roof of the car. And there's
Yeah.
screeching down the.
yeah. So that's our Halloween episode of Dread. Jeff, I'll be honest, I was rooting for you.
Everyone was.
Yeah.
Rooting.
Everyone at home.
Or running.
I was hoping you said the last thing you see is just a root. Right next to your face.
Catching your foot.
Yeah.
Zach, I do feel a little bad about Lucas's death in the first episode. The tower just got too jangly, and you guys were not cooperating with letting me get somebody like separated where they could actually really be murdered without revealing.
Right.
And I was still trying to, like, a lot of this is open ended. So depending on what you guys do, like a lot of different things go different ways. And I was still at that point hoping that things would happen. I was like, well, shit.
I mean,
There's
yeah.
got to be I got to keep making you pull because that's where the tension in this game comes.
Yes. Well, no, I
No,
think
you did a good job.
I think a good way to throw chaos in when there's a murder is when just a guy just also accidentally almost kills himself.
Yeah, exactly.
And
No.
so that people are dealing with that, and that allows the murderer to be like, aha.
I got one for free.
Yeah.
So.
No, at some point I definitely realized it's like, this is supposed to be dumb horror one shot. If we're not putting ourselves into positions
Exactly.
where we're going to die, then it's not going to actually be any fun.
No, that's why I was just like,
If we're trying to survive, what's the point?
Yeah, if I was trying to survive, I wouldn't have knives as Wolverine claws.
Right? Yeah.
With the skinniest fucking kid here leading the charge? What?
So just quick postmortem, particularly apropos phrase for this one. Jeff, good God, you in the Quinn safe zone was one of the most frustrating things I've ever had to deal with.
Jeff was not playing the game.
Yeah.
The game was horror movie, go put yourself in a situation where you're going to get murdered. And Jeff was like, I'm going to stay in the Quinn zone all the time.
Because he's seen horror movies.
Yeah, it was actually like it was really fun exercise for me of like how to break that, like how to find a way to get the Quinn safe zone to come apart.
You got to go take a shit.
Bob, Wes, I really appreciate that you guys kind of leaned into it. Bob, your heroic sacrifice there at the end. And both of you were willing to run into the woods alone at various times.
I'm surprised I managed that many pulls. I thought I was for sure dead like 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, and same thing, like it got to a point like, you know, where I was like, you can always just not pull. You know, I had plans for letting you fail but not die. Yeah. What about you guys? What were your thoughts playing a game of Dread for the first time?
I like the Jenga.
I like the
lot.
Jenga too.
Yeah.
I was a little bit concerned going in.
You just need to return it and get actual Jenga.
which I still just might do. I bought
Yeah.
it today, so it's fresh on the return.
Yeah, I watched an episode of, I guess it was Tabletop or
Yeah,
Something,
Tabletop,
where
they
they
did
did
this,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw it, and it looked kind of really dumb, but it was a lot of fun, actually.
So like reading through, like I could see how with the right group that really buys into it, you know, where people really get into the dark and foreboding thing, that it could be an easy one to really do that. But I was a little concerned, especially like as questionnaires came back, which almost none of that came up.
No, none of it
I
did.
didn't really get a chance to make any of that actually play. You guys didn't do enough questioning each other to find each other's deep dark secrets or anything.
too much meta. I figured it wouldn't. None of us was going to be the murderer. So
Any one of you could have probably been the murderer. And that's something that, like, this is my first time running a game of Dread or really running any RPG. I think I've got ideas more for how to use, like, other characters to get some of that questioning going. Like, everyone in this, part of your backstory involved some way that you would, like, black out or lose control. And the rules are all full of things about, like, how to use that to encourage people to not, doubt their own memories. Like you don't even know if you're the murderer until the big reveal. I was bouncing around with different ideas of who would be the murderer up until like the middle of the second episode, where we finally, I finally was like, well, Stacy's going to be, and then the way things were moving down the road, I decided to add in the second figure, like that Stacy's working with, the mystery figure that nobody ever knows who it was. Just to give Jeff one last chance to pull Chad away and see what would happen. But yeah. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Hopefully you've enjoyed this 2-part Halloween series of us playing Dread.
The NPCs survived.
Yeah.
Two of the NPCs. One who might not have, if nobody went to the boathouse, Sam would have just
you
never
kept
been
mentioning the boathouse. I was like, we should probably go there sometime.
Yeah.
Probably get murdered if we do, though.
Yeah.
Spatula City.
Spatula City.
Spatula City.
But yeah, thanks guys for playing. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And the nice thing is, like, there's other Dread things that we can do that aren't Halloween spoopies. So we can do other. I wouldn't mind doing some of these one shots. I don't want to make them a super regular thing, but occasionally mix them in here and there. I think they're fun. I liked this one. I liked running it. I don't know. Hopefully y'all like playing it. So
I got creative with it.
yeah, very creative.
Definitely.
So thanks everybody for tuning in. We're not going to do our normal listener, like, get in contact. There's plenty of ways to do that. We'll be back next week with regular episodes where we'll do all of our regular bullshit, but we're going to call this one. So thanks everybody for listening. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I've been your host, Adrian.
I'm still Zach.
And I'm Corpse Jeff.
I'm Wes.
And I'm Bob.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.